This is BBC Radio Humberside. Across northern Lincolnshire and East Yorkshire.
This is BBC Radio Humberside.
Right, travel news to come, and I'll play 10cc in a few minutes' time as well. How are you spending your Sunday? A bit of DIY, gardening maybe? How about abseiling down one of Hull's taller buildings in the city centre? That's what a group from a local charity are doing. Mum Nicola Robinson, who founded the charity Aim Higher, will be attached to a few ropes and effectively dangling along the Holiday Inn at St Stephen's. She's here along with Jill Jagger, both of whom founded the charity Aim Higher. Nice to see you both. Thank you for coming in. Hi. Good to see you. Now, I do need to point out at this point that, Jill, you're not abseiling, are you?
No.
So,
I'm at the bottom because we obviously need somebody down
photos.
there.
Yeah. Quite frankly, very important.
Quite frankly, I don't know why you're here. Really. I mean, you deserve no publicity.
I'm shopping.
Nicola, on the other hand, you do, because you are doing, you're abseiling down the Holiday Inn this weekend.
Yeah, along with my 11-year-old son as well. We'll be dangling down that rope, as you well put it.
Have you ever done this before? Have you ever abseiled down anything before?
I have. I've done it twice. The same building, but I'm still absolutely petrified. It doesn't get any easier. I don't care what anybody says.
How does it feel? I must admit, look at me. I'm never going to do anything that puts me in any form of danger, even though it's obviously very safe. But how does it feel? I know you said it's petrifying, but how does it feel when you're sort of wandering down a building?
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously going off the edge is massive. That's the biggest hurdle you've got to get over. But I think because of the support we have, and you can hear people chanting your name, and then everybody's like wishing you congratulations and well done and really egging you on, really does make a difference. And that's why we want people to come along and support the event, because although we are doing the going down the rope part of it, it's so important to have that support for what we're doing as well.
And tell me about that support. Why is it important that you and your 11-year-old son are actually doing this?
Yeah, I mean, Jill and I have both got children with autism. My son's 15 and my 11-year-old hasn't got autism, but obviously he really does like taking part, and he is very much part of the charity as well, because the remit of our charity is support families as well as siblings with autism and mental health conditions. So it's really important that it's a chance for us all to give back as well as siblings.
I mean, there are one or two charities that support with autism and help you. You are both mums with children who do have autism, but why did you decide to create this charity, Jill, rather than simply use the help of one existing charity?
We just realised that there was my child doesn't suffer from mental health so far, thankfully, but it is a really high proportion of children with autism that suffer from mental health, and there was no charity that we know of, and there still isn't that we know of, that look at autism and or mental health issues, and we think it's important that you build the child up. So.
And tell me about some of the achievements, Nicola, that you've had in that time since you founded the charity.
It's been massive. I mean, some of the events we do, we go rock climbing and Welton Waters, horse riding. We was trampolining yesterday, and to see all the children build relationships up. And it's not been an overnight success. Obviously, these children have spent a lot of time with each other. Nothing's been forced upon them. So these relationships are real, and they've sort of built up trust with each other. So I think that's probably one of the biggest achievements, is seeing the social skills and the wanting to come out. I mean, people contact us and say the social life now is much better than before. People not going out the house for a long time and feeling really isolated. And I think that's the biggest thing, because that impacts the full family, not just that child, but the mum, the dad, and the further family as well. So it does have a massive impact on the full family.
And you yourself, as a mum, have you seen benefits with rather than simply getting support from someone else, doing it yourself, Jill?
Yeah, definitely. It's very empowering. I mean, it's constant, isn't it, that people are contacting us. But we're in the October half term, we're going to do a sleepover at the Deep, just because the children have autism. We want them to be able to take part like everybody else. So that's another venture that's up and coming.
Yeah.
So Sunday then is when you're doing it. How many people?
We've got about 35. We still keep getting emails of inquiries, so it could go down or go up depending on people's nerves. But yeah, there's 35 of us. 6 of whom are from the NCS, which again is fantastic because they've been raising awareness for Autism, the National Citizens Service. So we've got 6 of those taking part, which is fantastic. Some of the children with autism, we've got Alex who's taking part. He's got autism himself, and he's taken the plunge as well, and he's really excited, more excited than I. So it's really, really positive. I got the invoice today, and I'm a little bit nervous because the invoice number was 666. I'm seeing that as a bit of an
Don't
omen.
read into that. Don't read into it. It's nothing to do with it. Good to see you both. Thank you for coming
fabulous.
in.
Thanks,
And
Elizabeth.
how much relief will it feel when your feet hit the ground after you complete?
Well, I'm going on holiday on the Mondays.
That's when the relief sets in, then, in that case.
That's going to be the relief.
Are you staying in a Holiday Inn?
No, definitely not.
Good to see you. Thank you for
I
coming
want
in.
you to the stairs.
Across northern Lincolnshire and East Yorkshire.
This is BBC Radio Humberside.